Hello everyone. Good morning. Can anyone please confirm I'm audible or not? Please confirm I'm audible or not.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Anyone is coming from today onwards? Anyone join? Today is the first class like that. Anyone is there? You can unmute yourself. You can talk.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other?
Yes.
I just joined the demo.
Okay. Any other?
Yes, for me.
Okay, then perfect. So last class we discussed about it's like what content we are going to cover as part of our course. Okay. Let me go through again. I created one folder for us in my workspace. Okay. Just have opened that one by using Visual Studio Code. Okay. This is the content. This is the content we are going to discuss as part of our course. Why we go for Python? Okay. Just it's like a basic introduction and how to set up in your local machine. Okay. Program introduction. Here we install the Python, how to use the Python. Okay, install softwares and everything we are going to discuss here. The naming convention, if you create a variable or if you create a class or module or package, okay, which type of naming convention we need to follow, that one we are going to discuss. The variables, how to create, which type of data types. Okay, variable holds the data, which type of data we are going to hold. It's like a number data, string data, or list or tuple, whatever it is. Different data types we are going to discuss. Once you have the variable, I want to perform some operations by using operators. How to use it? Input and output. Dynamically, if you want to give some data by using input, how we can give it and how to print that output. And control statements. Okay, if you write some piece of code based on some conditions or looping, these things we are going to discuss here in the control statements. If you want to write some functionality, we need some functions, how to create the functions. There has multiple topics we are going to discuss here, and different data types. On the data type, I want to perform some operation. For example, string is there. On string, I want to perform some operations. Okay, string length, I want to find one character is there or not. Okay, like this, different operations I want to find on string. Same like this, range data or list and tuple and set and dictionary. These are like okay, collections related stuff. The next one is like object oriented concepts. It's like a class, object, inheritance, overloading, overriding, abstraction, encapsulation. All these things we are going to discuss as part of OOPS. If you write some program, that should be error free, so that how to handle the exceptions by using Python. Now the packages you can create and the modules, or the predefined modules we are going to discuss, like date module and OS, and the regular expressions. If you want to check the pattern of a string, how we can check it. For example, email is there, my input should be follows the email. This is only the pattern. If you want to check the pattern by using the regular expressions, we can do it. We can work with files and folders. For example, I have a file, I want to set some data inside the file. Instead of DB, I want to store the data or retrieve the data from the files and folders. Then you can go with the files and folders. The multi-threading, okay, it's like, okay, if you want to gaming, okay, some gaming application you are developing, two operations if you want to perform simultaneously, then how we can? It's like a multi-threading. Okay, the next one is like database connectivity. It's like a web application development. In the web application development, in the server side, okay, we have some frameworks are there like Flask and Django. Now I'm going to discuss where exactly we are going to use. And the DB connectivity, I want to work with MongoDB and MySQL and Oracle. The next one is like logging the messages. Okay, in your production, your application status, if you want to check where exactly if the error is there, what is the error, like that. Runtime errors, if you want to find, simply we can find by using logs only, right? That logging. and STR method is there. We are going to discuss that one. Okay, graphical representation for your data by using graph matplot library we are going to use here. I want to perform some operation on my data analysis. Okay, then you can go with the pandas. Numerical data, if you want to perform some operation, then you can go with NumPy library, and machine learning and deep learning, some algorithms, some models we are going to discuss. This is our total content we are going to discuss as part of our course. The total duration is like, okay, maximum 60 hours, max. It's like 50 to 60 in between, okay, maximum 60 hours. Any questions so far regarding this content? Okay, I'm going to share this content with you. Just you can download from this particular Git repository. Okay, I pasted in chart. That is the repository. You can use it. Okay, any questions? And you can download these two softwares. Okay, one is like Python, you can download and install. Another one is like initial days, I want to use like Visual Studio Code only. Okay, I'm not creating any application initial days, just I want to discuss like here one topic and program, one topic, one program, like that. So that just you can download Visual Studio Code. This is the Visual Studio Code, both are like open source only. Just you can download and install it first in your missions, local missions. I pasted all the links in chart. Any other questions regarding content and duration? You can unmute yourself and you can talk, no issues.
Would the classes be on Saturdays also, or like it's
No,
only weekdays?
If it is really required, then that time only we are going to take in Saturday, Sunday class.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, general only 5 days. Any other?
No.
Okay, yeah, okay then let's start with our actual discussion. Can anyone tell what is Python? Where exactly we are going to use? General words. I'm not asking about the syntax or something. If you know, just tell. Okay, in our industry, where exactly we are going to use this Python programming language. If you want to develop one application, okay, sometimes we are going to use this language or not. How we are using Java, .NET, same like this, we are going to use like a Python or not. In general, while development, we are going to use Python in the development. Okay, where exactly we are going to use, I will tell. The next one, for example, if you want to test your application, there has some tools over there. Okay, for in that particular one area, in that particular area also, we are going to use this Python. If you want deploy your code, once my development is completed, okay, here I want to add one more thing. You done with your development, what is the next step? Generally deployment, right? Deployment. Okay, I want to discuss like in AWS how to deploy this code. The next one is like Heroku, how to deploy this code. Amazon Web Services as well as Heroku. Okay, so I am going to use this Python programming language for development purpose I'm using, as well as testing purpose I'm using. The next one is like once my development is completed, for deployment also, sometimes we are going to use this Python deployment. If you observe here, this Python in general, we are going to use in all areas or not. To develop my application, I'm using Python. Once my development is completed, the next level is what? Generally to test. Okay, to test your application also, I'm using like a Python. The next one is like in deployment also. Once my testing and everything is completed, the next level is what? deployment only or not. So generally we are using this Python in all areas or not. So my Python, I can say like we are using for general purpose. It's a general purpose and high level programming language. General purpose is nothing but generally we are going to use in all areas. In development, I'm going to use, in testing, I'm going to use, and deployment also we are going to use. Okay, it's a general purpose and high level programming language. High level is nothing but what? High level is nothing but it's a human readable, more than that, nothing. Okay, mission level, high level is there, right? Okay, bits and bytes we can say like a mission level, and high level is nothing but it's like a human readable. So my Python we can say like it's a general purpose and high level programming language. By using Python, what kind of applications we are going to develop means one is like standalone applications. Standalone applications we can develop. The next one is like web applications we can develop. Web applications we can develop. First of all, let's start with standalone application. What type of applications we can say like a standalone applications means, for example, this is my mission one, and this is one more mission, and this is one more mission. I have three missions. I want to install one music player like a VLC or whatever it is. VLC. If you want to get the VLC player in mission 1 and mission 2 and mission 3, what we have to do? This VLC player, I should have to install. This player, I should have to install in my mission 1, in my mission 1 and mission 2 and mission 3 also or not. That means I have one software or one exe file is there. If you want to work with this exe file, you should have to install in each and every mission or not. If you want to work with one application, that application has to install in each and every mission. That type of applications we can say like what? Standalone applications. That is like a mission specific. It is one laptop or whatever it is. If you want to work with this application, you should have to install that particular application here. That type of applications we can say like a standalone application. Most of the softwares, if you see .exe file, if you see, okay, those all are like what? Standalone only or not. If you want to work with this one, you have to install in this mission. If you want to work with another in another application, another mission, then the time you have to install that player or exe file in another mission also or not. So how it is possible means you have to create one standalone application. That standalone application you have to install here, here, here like this. To develop these standalone applications, yes, we can use like a Python. Okay, for this there has one library there, think on. Okay, most of the times people are using this library to create your standalone applications. Okay, if you want to work with this application, you should have to install in each and every mission. That type of applications I can say like a standalone applications. Okay, how to use this library? I will give one example. Don't worry about this one. The next one. In web applications also we are going to use Python. Web application development also. Do you know what is web application? Anyone? What is web application? Anyone knows?
Web application as in we need to develop like some sort of navbars and charts and all.
Okay. See, the web application area where exactly we are going to use Python means, for example, I open one browser. Okay. Inside the browser, I open this URL, google.com/login like this. Okay. Now, whenever you open this particular one, my page is going to display in your browser like this or not. User ID and password and login button. Okay, think like that. This is my user ID and this is my password field and this is my login. Now this is the browser. This is the browser. This one is like a browser. Now, if I enter username and password, at the time of clicking on the login button, what will happen generally? At the time of clicking on the login button, this username and password is valid or not, you have to check it or not. If it is valid, then the time it's navigate to home page. Otherwise, it gives me the message like, please check entered user ID and password. That is the functionality. But internally, how it is working? Can anyone? Internally, how it is working? First of all, tell me, where my username and password? Where is my username and password? To check in your database or not? Perfect.
Database, yeah.
In your database. As part of our course, we are going to discuss like 3 databases. What are those? MongoDB we are going to discuss. MySQL we are going to discuss. Okay. And the next one is like Oracle database. Okay then. Now, at the time of clicking on the login button, I need to check in my DB, my username and password is there or not in one table or in one collection or not. Okay, when this username and password already stored, when this username and password stored into my in my database, when at the time of sign up, yes or no? Who can come to this space? Who already sign up? Those people only, right? Come and log in here at the time of sign up. At the time of sign up, already your details stored within my database. Now, at the time of login, this particular username and password is there or not? I have to check it. Now, this is the browser, right? Inside the browser, which technologies are going to run? Inside the browser, this is the content. Login page is the content. In future, registration page. In future, another one. Whatever it is, inside the browser, which content is going to display, that content is going to develop by using some technologies or not. Those technologies I can say like a client-side technologies. Client-side technologies. Okay. Client-side technologies we can define like what? Which technologies are going to run inside the browser? Those we can say like a client-side technologies. Okay, some of the client-side technologies are like what? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Angular, Vue.js, Backbone. These all are like what? These all are going to run inside the browser. Those are the client-side technologies. But the thing is, my browser or my client-side technology is not having the capability to communicate with my database directly. Is not having the capability to communicate with my database directly. Any technology you can take it, any client-side technology you can take it. From my browser, I am not able to communicate with my database directly. Okay, then what we have to do? Our goal is what? Username and password has to check inside the database only, but this guy not able to directly communicate. So in between, some other person come into the picture. Who is that guy? On middleware. Who is that guy? On middleware come into the picture. That guy, you can say like what? Server side technology. Yes or no? Server side technology. So now my server side guy can communicate with my database. So what we have to do now? My client side person has to communicate with my server side guy. My server side guy is going to connect with my database or not. Now, my client side technologies are like these many client side technologies are there. My server side technologies are what? To create your server side application. Java is there, .NET is there, PHP is there, Node is there, like that. My Python also there. Got my point? So by using Python, I can create my server side application or not. Everyone agreed? Yes or no? Now, my client is going to communicate with my Python application, server side application. My Python is going to communicate with what? My database. Now, whatever the username and password is there, that username and password is there or not, he is going to check. Okay, if it is there, he is going to give like a success message to this client. If it is not there, he is going to give like a error message or not. This is like what? Client and server communication application or not? Client and server communication application or not. Now, my client is going to communicate with the server, that one in our terminology, we can say like a request. My server side guy is going to communicate with my client. I can say like what? Response. Response. So my request and a response, it's like a client and server communication application or not. The client and server communication application, we can say like what? Web application. In my web application, my client is always what? My client is always browser. My server is like one software application. That software application I'm going to develop by using Python. So in my web application development, where exactly we are going to use Python? Where exactly we are going to use Python? Client side or server side?
Server side.
My server side or not? For that, we have some frameworks are there. What are those? Can anyone knows? Django.
Django, Flask.
Yeah. Okay, Flask. Okay, these are the frameworks we have. So by using these frameworks, just we are going to communicate with my database. Just whatever you want, you can do that operations or not. So for good, what is standalone application? What is web application? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then. The next one is like whatever we can do with the Java, yes, we can do with the Python also. Distributed applications. Distributed applications. Do you know what is a distributed application? Anyone? Hmm? No problem. Say this. What is that? Okay. What is distributed application? Anyone knows? Very simple here. For example, I have one bank application is there, banking application. Okay. This is my Axis Bank, for example. Axis Bank application. So I have one account is there in my Axis Bank. So where we can store that Axis Bank account details and everything general, where we can store in my database only or not? Yes or no? In my DB, we are going to store one of the customer account details. My customer account is like 123. My account number is like I have, for example, 10K balance. Okay, then now my requirement is very simple thing. Okay, I want to transfer the funds or I want to check the balance. Okay, from where I can check the possibilities, tell me from where I can check the balance. From which platforms I can check the balance, different.
Website, app.
Perfect. That is one thing. The one thing is like what? I can
Core
open,
banking.
yeah, yes. I can open one browser. Here I can type like what? www.accessbank.com. Okay, from here, I have one button is there, for example, check balance. Okay, think like that, check balance. Now, at the time of clicking on this particular button, then what happened? At the time of clicking on this particular button, okay, I can communicate with my application or not. This is the client browser. Directly, I'm not able to communicate, right? You have to communicate with what? Middleware. My middleware is going to communicate with my database. My database is going to provide that particular data to my client or not. Like this. This is one way. Another way is what? You said like mobile applications. Yes or no? My goal is like just I want to check the balance or I want to transfer the funds, different sources I want. By using an Android also, can I do it? Android applications.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. As well as by using iOS also you can do it, right? iOS applications also, iOS also. This is also one type of mobile application only or not. The next one is what? The next one, I can check the balance from my ATMs also, right? Yes or no? By using an Android application also, I can get the balance. By using iOS application also, I can get the balance. I can go to one of my ATM branch. Okay, from there itself I can get the balance or I can transfer the funds or not. If you want to get the balance, okay, here is my details in my database. My database is going to communicate with what? This my application, Access Bank application, middleware application. From my ATM you have to communicate with this app only or not. Agreed? Yes or no? The next one, you know phone banking, right? Press 1, okay, to check your balance. Press 2, like that. If I press 1, then that time you get like a exact information only, right? Exact correct information only, get it or not? So if you want to get the correct information, my information is stored within the database, so that this application has to connect, you have to connect with this app only or not, by using IVRS, interactive voice response system. Interactive voice response system, by using IVRS also, yes, we can connect with this application or not. The next one, swiping machines are there, right? Yes or no? Using swiping machines, if you want to transfer the funds, first of all, how much balance is there, at least he has to check, right? In my account 10k is there. If you're trying to transfer the funds is like 12k, do you want me to transfer it? No, right? That means what? How much funds are there, I should know or not? Yes or no? By using swiping machines also I can connect or not. Agreed everyone? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, that means if you see, this Access Bank application is connecting with only browser or different resources. From different resources we are connecting, not only browser, right? If it is like browser and application, client and server only there, only one client, only server is there, that one I can say like what? Web application. But here multiple client applications are there or not? It's like Android or iOS or ATM, IVRS swiping like this or not? If my application has only one client, that is a browser, that application I can say like a web application. If my application is having multiple clients, each and every client, it may be a normal browser or it may be a one more application, Android, it's an app, okay, iOS, okay, one more software application. If my application is connecting with different client applications, okay, that client may be a browser or different software applications, that type of application I can say like what? Distributed application or not? So my Access Bank application is like a distributed application or not? It is having multiple clients or not? Agreed everyone? How we can connect? Through internet only or not? Understood? What is distributed?
Yes.
Okay, now this application, yes, we can do by using Python. We can create. Okay, okay, then the next one, what is enterprise application? Enterprise application, you know, we can create enterprise applications also. Anyone knows what is enterprise application?
Is it website for a specific company?
That is like, I'm not, that is not, that is like web application also, we can say like enterprise application. So it's very simple thing. It's a combination here. It's a combination of web application plus distributed application, or only distributed application also we can say like enterprise application. Only normal web application also we can say like enterprise application. It's a simply, we can say like it's a combination most of the times. That type of applications we can say like what? Enterprise applications. Okay, let's take one simple example with combination distributed plus web. Distributed plus web. A very simple example, you can take it. For example, you open one browser. You opened one browser. Inside that, I open like Amazon.com. Amazon.com. Okay, I'm trying to take one product. Okay, I want one product. So that here I choose one product. I have one button is there, buy now. Buy now. Can anyone tell? At the time of clicking on the buy now, what operations are going to perform internally? General. At the time of clicking on the buy now, what operations we perform?
Item would be reserved for sale. Like we can buy that. No
Okay.
Like, does it check the available stock?
stock. Yeah,
Yeah, that one also. That means where exactly that stock and everything is maintained?
and the
It's in
database.
My database only or
Yeah.
in my database only or not? That is one thing. The next one is what? At the time of clicking on the buy now, it is navigate to your payment page or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Buy now is nothing but immediately I want to buy the product. Then the time all these database operations and everything, when it is performed, whenever my transaction is completed successfully, then only, right? Okay, one product is going to add to your account where it is going to ordered items, it is going to add or not. When it is going to add in the ordered items, whenever my payment successfully completed, then only, right, it's going to add in my database for my account. Before that it will not add. Okay, at the time of clicking on the buy now button, at the time of clicking on the buy now button, okay, this is like browser. Inside the browser only, just I open this website. At the time of clicking on the buy now button, it is navigate to your payment page or not? Payment page or not? Okay, which payment page? Okay, payment brokers are there. One is like PayPal. Did you heard about this one? Another one is like Roser Pay. Like this, different payment brokers are there or not? Yes or no? It is navigate to one of the payment broker. This is decided by whom? Can anyone tell? Can you have to navigate to PayPal or Roser Pay? Who decide this one?
User.
The user decides.
User not. This application is there, right? This application who developed that guy already integrated my payments. I want to go through by using PayPal, by using Roser Pay, I want to get it. These application people only, right, decided. Okay, at the time of clicking on the buy now button, are you navigate to some other page or automatically it is going to navigate to one of the payment page? In your hand, nothing, right? At the time of clicking on the buy now button, it's navigate to some of the payment broker page or not, either it is a PayPal or some other. That is depends upon this application, who developed this application. That guy decided, okay, which payment broker I have to use. So this guy has to communicate, maybe PayPal, maybe one more broker, maybe one more broker, like this different brokers are there or not, payment brokers. Now in this PayPal, for example, PayPal I have used. Here, what we are going to do in the PayPal payment broker page, what inputs they ask? General, what inputs they ask? Your card number, right? So no.
What mode do we need to pay? Means like whether we want to go for internet banking or credit
Yeah,
card.
that's different. Internet bank or whatever it is, different pay modes are there, right? Payment modes are there, right? For example, I choose one of the payment mode. Here, he asked like one card number. For example, think like that, card number. Okay, now I entered like 123 card number. Now, how this person is going to check this card is like valid or not? Valid or not? Who provide this card? There has multiple providers are there, right? Payment gateways are there, right? This is the payment broker, payment gateways like Visa, Mastro, Master, Rupee, like this different providers are there or not? Yes or no? You entered this code number is nothing but this is valid or not. Who can check? Who created this code? That guy only can check it or not. Okay, so that this person is going to communicate with your payment gateway or not. It may be a Visa, okay, it may be a Mastro or Master or Rupee, like this different payment gateways are there or not. Yes or no? Now, for example, this code is like a Visa. Now, this person is going to communicate with this guy. Okay, this is like Mastro. Okay, the next one is like Mastercards. The next one is like Rupee. Like this different cards are there. Now, this is the Visa code I selected. This is my card number. This is valid or not. This guy has to check with this payment gateway or not. Perfect. What is the next step? This Visa people provide the card only specific to one bank or different banks they provide the Visa cards?
Multiple banks.
Multiple banks or not. Now this person is going to communicate with what? Okay, maybe I provide this card to ICICI Bank. Okay, maybe I provide this card to Axis Bank. Maybe I provided this card to some other bank, some X bank, like that or not? Yes or no? So this is my Axis and this is my ICICI and this is my BOI. Now this Visa card I provided to my Axis Bank. Maybe I provide to my ICICI, maybe BY. Now once my Axis Bank, if I provide this Visa card to my Axis Bank, now my request comes to my Axis Bank. Okay, to this Visa card, okay, with this card number, is there any funds are there or not? Now this guy is going to check or not. Agreed? Where he is going to check? Where he is going to check? My Axis Bank people is going to check in their Axis Bank database. This guy is going to check in ICICI Bank database. In this guy is going to check my BY database or not. If you requested my buy now, my product is like 1,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees. This is only the process or not. If I click on the buy now, okay, it is go to my payment broker page. Here you enter the card details. Based on the card type, it's going to navigate to that particular one for validation. That guy is going to navigate that particular request to that particular bank, that bank people. Now he is going to check on this particular card number or account number, that particular funds. Okay, how much funds you are ready to transfer? 1,000. Okay, here 2K or something is there. Then that time he is going to give the response back to this guy, this guy, and finally you can get the response to this guy or not. Yes or no? Once my payment success, then that time what my Amazon people are going to do? My Amazon people are going to load your product in their database. Yes or no? You load their product in their database on your node, on your user ID in orders list or not. Agreed? Yes or no? If it is like payment success, then only my Amazon people store one product in your orders list or not. Got my point? Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. Now Flask is a framework. Now tell me, this is the browser and this is my Amazon server application. Okay, this is my Amazon DB. Now up to here only, if you observe this spot, if you see this is which type of application? Only this spot. Client is a browser, this is my server application and database. This is what?
Publication.
It's a web application. It's a web application or not? Now my server side application, it's a software application. Okay, now this guy is going to connect with what? Different payment brokers or not, based on my requirement. If I integrate PayPal, I have to connect with my PayPal, or Roserpay. Okay, so this particular PayPal has how many clients? Tell me, how many clients? PayPal application. Only Amazon is the client. Only Amazon server application only connect with the PayPal. Only Amazon only using
No.
PayPal.
No.
Maybe some server application, maybe some other server application, like this. Multiple server applications can connect with my payment, okay, PayPal broker or not. That means for this PayPal, how many clients are there? Only one client or multiple clients? Multiple clients or not? If any application is like a multiple clients, that application we can say like what?
Enterprise.
Distributed or not? Yes or no? One application has multiple clients, that type of application we can say like what? Distributed application or not? Now this is your, up to here, this is your web application. Okay, this is what? Which type of application they develop? PayPal. PayPal is like a web application or distributed? This is
Distributed.
Distributed application or not? What about VESA? This application. Come on. This VESA cards only they provided for the PayPal or Razorpay also. That is like
Distributed.
It is
VESA
distributed.
applications, VESA cards we can access through PayPal or Razorpay or any other, right? So that my VESA or Maestro or different clients are there or not. Through Razorpay also I can connect with this VESA application. Through PayPal also I can connect or not. Yes or no? Okay. This VESA has multiple clients or not? Agreed? Now,
Yeah.
from this particular application, you go to Access. Now tell me, my Access Bank application has to connect with only Visa cards or Master cards also provided for Access. For MasterCard also they provide, RuPay cards also provided for Access Bank, right? Yes or no? So my Access Bank has how many clients? Multiple clients or not? So overall, see this, it is your web application. And this one and this one and this one all are like distributed application. If you observe, the total thing is related to one transaction or not, one request or not. This is like combination of what? Web and distributed. These type of applications we can say like what? Enterprise applications. Agreed, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Now, in this area, this application you can develop by using Python. Okay, distributed applications also we can develop by using Python. Got my point? So far good. Any questions so far? Shall we go to the next one?
Yes.
Okay then. So far we discussed like standard application we can develop. The next one is like web application we can develop, distributed and enterprise. The next one we are going to use in data science. In data science. Okay, here multiple things are there. Okay, data science. We are working with data science is nothing but data science. It's like a technique. It's a technique we are going to work on AI applications, ML applications, or DL applications like this. Okay, in the data science area also we are using like a Python. So where exactly this Python we needed in data science? I want to tell simple example, simple diagram I want to write. Say this very simple. For example, this is my data science. I can say if you want to become like a data science, if you want to work on data science, okay, in which areas you have to cover, I want to discuss. Okay, very simple thing. Okay, this is like a DS, I can say. Okay, if you want to work on this technique, one of the language is required. Okay, one language is required. Okay, which language? Either Python you can use it, either you can use it, yeah, or you can use it, or Java also we can use, right? Java also we can use it. Which one you prefer, that is depends upon you. That is depends upon you. Okay, which one is simple to me? Okay, which one get like more libraries instead of writing? Okay, by the developer already some other people provided, then that time I can use that one only, right? If already existing modules are there for my requirement, which one is prefer? Do you want me to write or existing module you want me to use? Existing only, right? Okay, so that any one of this one you can use it. The next one. Now, if you want to develop one application, okay, where you are going to develop, where you are going to create, one ID is required or not? General. Okay, to work with DS, what things are required? Just I want to draw one diagram, more than that, nothing. Don't think more. Okay, one of the ID is required. Tell me some IDs, what you know, where exact, which ID is most of the times we are going to use. Okay, PyCharm most of the times we are going to use.
PyCharm.
Okay, Jupyter you can use it. Okay, it's not an ID. Okay. Otherwise you can use like a for our purpose.
Spider.
Okay, Spider you can use it. Okay, in our case, just I want to use like a Visual Studio Code. More than that, nothing. PyCharm. Okay, Visual Studio Code, and I want to introduce like a Jupyter also. Okay, Jupyter. Okay, then the next thing. if you want to work on data science, first of all, data is required, right? If the data is not there, what I can do? Can anyone tell the resources from where I can get the data? General, from where I can get the data? General, where is my data?
It comes from multiple sources. So
Yeah, multiple sources, right? You can tell me some sources like
like
I can
database.
get the data from database, right? Yes or no? Simple thing.
Yeah.
Already database is there. I can get the data from web also, right? Internet.
Web. Yeah.
Yes or no? It's a
Yes.
structure or not structure. That is a secondary. Okay. From web also I can get it or not. I can read the data from files also or not. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? Different sources. You can get the data. Once you have the data, what is the next step? What is the next step? General. I'm not asking
Analyze.
about. Yeah, that is only the next thing, right? If you have the data, you have to do some analysis, right, on this particular data. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. What you have to do, first of all, you have to get the data. You have to get the data from DB or web or file. Okay, load in one variable. Okay, store in one variable. Okay, after that, based on your requirement, okay, prepare the format. You can, which format you want. Okay, if you want to do some changes, you can manipulate the data. After that, you can start analysis. These, before start the analysis, how the data format you needed, in that format you have to convert the data or not. Okay, this DB web and file is nothing but you may get like used data. Based on your requirement, you have to do these things or not before analysis. Yes or no? You can load in your program and then prepare in which format you want. In that format, if you want to manipulate, you can manipulate the data. And then here you can analyze the data. All are okay? Yes or no? I'm not talking about any syntax or something, in general words. Okay, then once my analysis, okay, once you analyze the data and everything, okay, now you have to show the output to anyone, right? Okay, based on your requirement. Generally, if you give the output in the form of file or something, to see and observe the results and everything, it takes some more time, right? Yes or no? To observe the results. If it is like file format, 100 records you given. Okay, if you want to check these 100 records in the analyze this data, it takes some time, right? In general, how we can represent, how we can view the data? Okay, data visualization is there, right? Data visualization. By using some graphs, I can show the data. Okay, what I analyze with this data, okay, how the format, data format is looks like, everything I can show through visualization or not. Some graphs, bar graphs, pie charts. Okay, the next one is scatter plot, like this different graphs are there or not. Which one is the better one? Showing the data in visualization format is better, or it's like a file format or something if you want to give, then the time, which one is easy to understand generally?
Visualization.
Visualization only or not. By seeing that data, I can say, yeah, in this area it's like good, in this area it's not that much, like that I can analyze, right? Okay, the next one is like what? Data visualization. Data visualization. Here matplot1 library is there. Okay, Seaborn is there, Tableau is there, like this different. Okay, then now once my data visualization is okay, my data is there. Now who is coming to the picture? Who is coming to the picture? I have some data is there. This is the
Machine learning.
this is the current data. Based on this data, I want to predict future data. Maybe that is my requirement. Okay, how we can predict?
Algorithms, machine learning.
By writing some models or not? By writing some models or not? Okay, that is like either in machine learning or DL or AI come into the picture or not. Okay, just we are going to write like some models or algorithms. So sometimes we are going to add some mathematical calculations also or not. Maths also. Yes, so
Yeah,
statistics we are going to add,
maths. Yes.
linear algebra we are going to add, probability we are going to add, like this. Linear algebra, okay, probability. Yes or no? Now if you want to work with data science, means data science is not like a language or something. Okay, just it's a technique we are going to work on. Okay, we are going to work with AI, ML, and DL. Okay, using some mathematical tools or not, either it's like a statistics or probability or linear algebra like that or not. So as part of our course, okay, if you want to become like a data science engineer or whatever it is, or ML or AI or whatever you want. Okay, first of all, the basic thing is what? One of the language is required or not, either
Yes.
Python or Java. In our case, we are going to use like a Python. Okay, why I need to choose like a Python? Why not or why not Java? Means yes, you can choose it, but Python has a big community is there. If you have any questions or something, okay, if you have any doubts, okay, there has a so many people are there to help you. There has predefined so many modules are there which is supporting for your requirement. For your requirement, if you want to see the big community is there or not, in the Stack Overflow, only you can see it. Okay, this is my Stack Overflow. Okay, now if you observe here in the tags one, see this, there has a JavaScript, these many questions they asked. Okay, 674 asked today, in this week these many. The next second one is like a Python only, see this. Okay, there is a big community is there, these many questions they asked. Okay, today 1045 questions they asked so far today, this week these many. So got my point or not? The big community is there. Okay, so many people are there to help. At the same time, not only that one, there has for my requirement already some predefined modules and everything is designed in Python. Then the time better to go with Python only. Whenever Java people also provide the same thing, if it is good, then the time I can shift it to Java. That is my requirement. Okay, who satisfied my requirement? Okay, I'm going to use that one only, that language only. Got my point? Okay, and then here we are going to cover these three ideas. Okay, now how to fetch the data? Okay, one is like we are going to discuss like database communication. In my pandas, how to take the data from the web and files also we are going to discuss by using pandas. Okay, pandas library, just how to take the data from the web and files. It's like a CSV file or Excel file or JSON file or DB database. Okay, all these things. In this, I want to use like a pandas in the two areas. Pandas. My data is here. By using pandas, I can take the data, I can start analyzation. Okay, this one we are going to discuss. And the next one is like as part of our course, data visualization. As I said, there has multiple libraries or there, Matplotlib, Seaborn, okay, Tableau like this. But in our course, we are going to discuss like Matplotlib library. Matplotlib library. Here, I want to discuss like, okay, some of the algorithms, don't expect more. Okay, few algorithms, some, okay, for basic things. Okay, I want to discuss some algorithms. I have some data is there. I want to predict that data, future data. I want to predict it. Okay, so that I want to write some models. Here, maths, nothing. We are not cover anything in the maths. Got my point? So if you want to work with the data science, okay, technology, okay, it's a technique. Okay, it's not a technology, it is a technique. Okay, you should learn the Python first or not. One language is required or not, so that our main focus is like on Python. Understood? Got my point?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone have any questions so far?
Actually, during the start, you told that you'd be using PyCharm ID. So, it's like any particular reason you are like you prefer PyCharm more
No,
than?
not like that. We are using, that's it. Okay, no reason, nothing. Our goal is like I get the output or not. Okay, my requirement satisfied or not. That's it. Okay, that is
Uh,
like handy for me, so that I use like PyCharm. If you want to use Spider, you can use it. Okay, Jupyter, you can use it. No problem at all.
okay. So, another question I have, like, would this content also cover some part of like Git or version controlling of the codes?
Yes, this version control you're asking like covered or not. You're asking that is your question as part of our
Yes.
course.
Yes.
Okay, see this in the deployment I said, right? Okay, if you want to deploy the code in Heroku, first of all, I'm going to store I'm going to save my code in my Git only, GitHub. From there, I'm going to deploy in my Heroku.
So basic Git controls shall be
Basic Git controls we'll discuss.
okay. Perfect.
How to clone it, how to commit, how to merge, all this
Merge conflicts and also.
full request and everything. That is simple thing. I will provide the videos also.
Sure thing. Yeah.
Any other questions?
So what is IDE exactly?
It's a working environment. Okay, just for example, if you take this one, integrated development, okay, this is the one you can take. Okay, here you can write some piece of code, you can execute it. There is no need to depend upon some external things directly from IDE only. Whatever you written the code, that code you can execute it. It's simple to write your code. Okay, automatically it's going to format, automatically it's going to run, and it's going to give some output also. There is no need to depending upon some other. For my point, it's a simple software. That's it. Integrated development environment, we can say.
So it comes under PyScripter also, sir.
Sorry.
What is PyScripter?
I didn't get your question.
So in some of my YouTube videos, I heard of the word with the PyScripter. If you
Okay.
install Python,
Okay.
you have to use some kind of like PyScripter.
No. That's not an okay. That's not exact requirement. Okay, it's an optional thing. Optional thing. Okay, by using PyCharm also you can use that. Whatever you want, you can do it here itself. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, that depends. Yeah, those people are using some other. Okay, they asked you like to install that one like that. Okay, any ID you can use it here. Okay, which one you want, you can use it. No problem at all. No problem at all. There has multiple IDs or there provided. So using admins also we can develop. No issues.
I have one question. So I just wanted to know, like, are there any interfaces in means like IDE in Python, which is similar to RStudio?
No.
Wherein we can get a could say quick insights on graphs and also other things,
No. You have to add some extensions.
extensions. Okay.
Yeah. Any other?
Hi, sir. What is pandas, sir? Pandas, is there any?
It's a library for data analysis purpose. We are going to use this pandas. Okay, fetch the data from the web or file or database and load it and prepare based on your requirement. If you want to do manipulate, you can do it by using pandas library. We can do everything. If you want to become like a data analyst, okay, you should good idea on pandas. So because using this one, we can analyze the data.
Okay. Here we are writing any syntaxes like import Java, like this import pandas.
Yes, there. You should have to write. Okay, it's a third party is nothing, but if you want to use, you have to import it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we're not talking about any syntax, just it's like outline diagram, that's it. How the Java and .NET remaining all are working, same like this Python, but the syntax is like something different, that's it. Okay. Any other questions?
Would we have some sort of any group or so wherein actually a forum wherein we can discuss upon any questions?
That one you people for our previous batches, okay, students only taken care that groups and everything. Okay, so that you people has to decide that one. But from our end, from admin end, Naresh IT end, no groups, nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, then we'll continue Roman things in tomorrow's class. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.
Sir,
Thank you.
hello.
Yep.
Yeah, yesterday you are sharing your contact details, sir. Actually, forget it.
Contact details means.
Means your email ID and WhatsApp number regarding any doubts clarification.
Yeah, this is the email ID. Okay. I'll commit this code. Okay, I already provide this Git, right? Git link. Just you can download from there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then. Okay then. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.